Alright, so y'all, we back at the physical therapy. This is the 10th session. Like I say, this time we got Anna one here. Say what's up, Anna. Got Anna in here. They doing the leg, you know, exercise. I guess I don't know what this thing called. Them. Some kind of machine they put on her leg every time. It allows the blood circulation to work, work good in her legs and stuff. But we like to like tell some of our stories and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a good, interesting story I could tell about me and my wife's life. You know, we had some good times and we had some bad times, but I like to focus on the good. Telling her tell some stories to keep her calm and relaxed is therapeutic for her, and she relaxing. You know what I'm saying? So, Rashid, you got a story you want to bring out, man? See if you remember one. When we got our house. Oh, yeah, that's a good story right there. Um, well, y'all, back in like 2006. Um, well, let me back up. We had, back in 2005, we had started the process of getting ready to get our house. We had like a lot of furniture on layaway, so we had, we was both working hard. I was working at Pepsi, uh, like a little soda water company, and then she was working at the home health care deal, taking care of patients and stuff. So we was really, stacking our money and putting up money for our furniture and stuff. So by January of 2006, I was, you know, beginning of 2006, really the end of 2005, when my son Darius was born. Um, I started to, and the day he was born, uh, I got up and went to go start looking for us a house. We had already had all our furniture paid for. We were still paying on a few little things here, but we had a lot of our furniture paid for already. So it was time for us to get the house. I was on my third child. We was on our third child, and I didn't want to keep living in my mom's house and you know, living up under her roof and got all three of my kids there and my wife. So it was time for me to go ahead and get my own spot. And then prior to that, we had apartments and stuff, me and my wife, but we had a little time where we had to bounce back. Fell off a little bit, but we had to bounce back. And when we bounced back, is when we got the house. So, she worked hard and I worked hard and we was really putting our stuff together. So by January of 2006, we started the process of getting our house built from the ground up through a company called KB Homes. So KB Homes was our builder, that built our home. And you know, me and her both went and picked out the lot that we wanted, and well, now actually they picked out the lot because it depended on what floor plan you pick. You know what I'm saying that you want to build. So they did all that, but I just remember like when I had got kind of discouraged because of the first realtor that I was dealing with. He was telling me, "Oh, you ain't been on your job long enough. Your credit's still a little shaky here and there, whatever, whatever." So I was like, "Oh man." So I went home kind of discouraged that the realtor was backing out on me. So Rochelle was like, "Man, no, go down there to KB Homes and try to see if we can get us in one of them homes over there. We can do it, man. We can get a house. We can do it." She just really encouraged me, right? And so I'm like, you know what? You sure right. So I got put my clothes back on, and I shot back down there to this. I shot down to this little spot that wasn't too far from where my mom stayed from. Stayed at. And I went and talked to the people and got the paperwork started, and everything just flowed after that. And then while I was working a lot, because my job was real demanding. I didn't really have no time to really take off and then like that. I had to work, work, work. Um, so my wife, she stepped up and took care of all of the business when it came down to like um, dealing with the realtor, no, I mean not the realtor, dealing with the loan officer, the sales rep, and all that. She was like in communication with them, and she basically handled it all by herself because I had to work. I mean, I went and got the process started, but she basically took over from there, and started dealing with the loan officer. And if she needed any kind of paperwork from me, I can be at work and I can call, whatever, my company, whatever that I was dealing with, and have them fax the information to her that we needed for, to show our, financial records and all that kind of stuff. So she was the one that was like, you know, on the ground with it, what I'm saying, watching the builders build it, what I'm saying. She was there when they laid the foundation, you know, um, because her schedule was more flexible than mine, what I mean, because she, was working doing home health care, looking after patients. So in between jobs that she had to do, she would go, you know, check on everything with the house, and she did this for a whole like 6 or 7 months that our house was getting built, and and the loan officer had, was teaching her a lot of stuff that she was able to understand, and then start to, really help us, get the process moving even faster. And then she even got us some money back on the deal. Like we didn't even put no money down, but when we closed, we ended up getting like $5,000. You know what I'm saying? And then, um, we found out the loan officer had told us that we had this realtor that was on our deal that was about to get paid this $5,000 when we closed, and we was like, man, we haven't yeah, we hadn't dealt with no realtor. You know what I'm saying? My wife was doing everything by herself. So um, so the loan officer told her, y'all need to get this realtor off y'all stuff because she gonna get paid big when y'all close, and you never even met the woman. So we was like, oh no, it's all right. So I called my lawyer because my entertainment lawyer, because of course I was doing music at that time, and we was trying to get deals and stuff. So my entertainment lawyer, he had just got his realtor's license, so he actually I called him. I told him, I said, hey man, you want to make $1,000 real quick? And he was like, yeah, what's up? I say, I just need you to come to the closing when me and my wife closing our house, sign the paperwork as our realtor, and we'll pay you $1,000 for doing that, and then you give us the rest of the money. So he's like, okay, cool. And then he came through on our closing date, and he signed off as our realtor. Like I said, my wife did all the lead work. She was doing everything, and so um, he when he got the check, he took 1,000 and gave us the other 4,000, and we used that to, like, buy some other stuff we needed for the house and stuff like appliances and, refrigerator, washer and dryer and all that. So everything just kind of worked out, really really smooth with that whole process. A day sometimes it was a little stressful, but me and my wife held each other up with it, and we got blessed with a brand new house built from the ground up. I can say that was one of the a major accomplishment that we both had, did together, and 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 the thing about it, well, we was right down the street from our old hood where we grew up at, you know, uh, right down the road from it. You know what I'm saying? So that was another blessing to, like, 'cause I remember when that area where we had our house built at, when I was a little boy, I remember that was just like nothing but like forest and a big field, and it wasn't nothing over there. It was desolate, and then I used to ride my bike past there all the time when I was a little boy. So to like look up one day and be building a house on that land, it was an amazing thing, what I'm saying, to have me and my wife, experience, and we accomplished that. So it was a blessing, and we had fun living in how we stayed in the house for like, about 6 years, you know, raised our, other, well, raised 4 children now, you know what I'm saying? Because, Deja and Darren were already, kind of older than Darius. He was born 6 months before we got the house. So he grew up in there, and then Lele was born while we was living there. So we just really had a good time as a family living in that home. And my wife decorated that house to the T, man. Oh man, she had the house looking so beautiful. I used to tell her, I said, you know what? When I come home, I want my home to feel like a model home every time I come home. And she had the house clean. Come in.
السلام عليكم.
Shalom, shalom,
السلام عليكم.
shalom. So,
فريد عبد الله.
how you doing, man?
Welcome.
How you doing, man?
أنور. رشيد. Hi.
All right, we're gonna cut off right here, y'all. Stay calm, relax.